I'm Frederick from Dropsolid. Doing marketing automation in big companies comes with extra difficulties. Handling high volumes of email is one of those. In this video, I'll show you some of the things that we do to ensure that you can handle enormous amounts of emails. Let's dive in. Let's assume you're sending out emails to millions of recipients. This is real-world problems that we have encountered and we have solved. There's a number of potential issues that can show up while handling high amounts of email. The moment when people open the email, the tracking gets triggered and might be overwhelmed. The moment people click on an email, which happens automatically by certain email providers like Google or Outlook, when they receive the email, they're automatically going to programmatically click on the email to validate if the URL exists. Then we have post-email backlash, invalid emails in your contact lists, contact selection, the targeting, and dirty data. So when Mautic is overwhelmed, you'll see that the black bars occur, and this means that requests are coming slow and things are starting to break. In this case, it's a tiny server, but this is real-world data. So how to prevent this from happening? We have a number of solutions for this. The first one is about the tracking pixel. The tracking pixel is processed by Mautic and overwhelms the database when too many people trigger the tracking pixel, resulting in the server becoming unresponsive or crashing. Our current solution is upscaling the infrastructure. We have a plan on how to make this async with a queuing system, but for now our infrastructure solution is sufficient. Next up, clicking on the links from emails. Currently in Mautic, it's the way that when you open a URL, the Mautic instance will handle everything. So it will update the reports, it will process everything that's related to it, and only then it will return you the URL that you actually need. You could also do this in an async way, where you immediately return the URL and only do the post-processing later. Why is this a problem? Well, the moment we send out lots of emails, email providers are going to automatically click and scan for malicious links. This causes not only incorrect tracking, but also massive traffic spikes as you trigger your campaign. It logs the PHP processes, overwhelms the database, and the server becomes overwhelmed and worst case crashes. This is the diagram on how it's currently. And we solve this problem like so. The moment people open the URL or systems click on the URL, we're gonna hand this over to our Redis system. We're gonna find the target URL and immediately respond. So Mautic is not even triggered or called when people click on the link. Only after, like async, the consumer will process all of the traffic that came into the system and update reports and all the relevant information. Next up, post-email backlash. When, for example, telco operators send out a big chunk of emails all at once, all of these clients start calling the contact center. And then the contact center is overwhelmed and people have a bad experience. This can be prevented. In the current situation, when a campaign goes out, all emails go out almost simultaneously. This means people start calling and the contact center is overwhelmed. A solution for this is sending the emails in waves. It's very similar, like in a proprietary solution where we went for inspiration. We can configure a wave type. We can say continuous, which is the existing system. We can say a percentage. That means, for example, every wave is 10% of the total amount. Or we can give it an absolute number, 100 mails per X amount of time. And the interval is the X amount of time. This allows you to send out emails in waves and not overwhelm the contact center with a backlash if people start calling after they received an email. Next up, bounces or invalid email addresses. Some contacts will give you an invalid email address. Your Mautic is trying to send these emails to these contacts, and the email provider could be SendGrid or your custom email provider. They don't like this. And they will give you a bad score or they will give you trouble for this. Sometimes, if there's too much, they will even block your emails. Mautic currently already has an email check, which checks the valid domain. So it checks if the domain is valid using the PHP method you see here, but this is not sufficient. We want proper email address checking. There's also a working solution for some email providers that uses the webhook. You can configure the webhook and it will put the contact on do not contact. SendGrid, for example, provides this. Others also do this. But there's also other custom solutions if your provider does not help you with this. You could have a field on a user, valid email, and then have a campaign that automatically goes checking with an external service to validate the user email address if the email inbox is accepting emails. There's APIs that do this. Here are some examples. I know AWS SES provides this. SendGrid has it, Never Bounce, Zero Bounce. There are just a few that I mentioned here, but I think you can find them online as well. And then advanced targeting. Other proprietary systems like Adobe Campaign have advanced targeting. This allows you to select a number of contacts from remote systems. The problem that we have with this is the source data lives in remote systems like Oracle SQL, MS SQL, BigQuery, and they want to do the targeting on the fly. So they want editors to be able to select, mix and match the data on the fly and then send them out emails in Mautic directly. Second problem is these proprietary vendors have incredible targeting capabilities. They're super powerful. Mautic is nowhere near that qua feature parity. An example screen here where you see all of these transforms they have. You can run JavaScript code, you can extract data from database management systems, you can combine all these flows, you can make really advanced tree structures where all the data comes together and then SMSs or emails are sent out. You can do it really advanced. We really thought maybe we should build this in Mautic, but we evaluated this with the Mautic project lead, and it would have taken us at least a year of work with a number of people, and you have the high risk of making things wrong and reinventing the wheel and all these tools. Many of these things already exist. So this is why we proposed another solution. It's more of an architectural solution, building on the two open source systems, so one being Mautic and the other being Apache Hop. Apache Hop, sort of an ETL tool, would be then used to source the data, to make the queries and aggregate the data into the lists and the target lists that we want to activate. And Apache Hop would then push this to Mautic so that Mautic can then really do the actual email and SMS sending. This is how a flow looks like in Apache Hop. So here you have a table input that can be from an Oracle system or a BigQuery system. You can do transforms like sort rows, filter out a number of fields because some tables have massive amount of columns. Then you can filter out the data only if it has a unique email address. You can join in data from external databases, and then we can push them into Mautic. You see here that this is a sort of a reusable icon because this is another workflow. So this is one workflow and it triggers another workflow. We can reuse these throughout the Apache Hop system in multiple ways. So you only need to set up the configuration to Mautic once, and you can then have different targeting flows that all push the data into Mautic. I hope you liked it. If you're interested for more, check dropsolid.ai or reach out for a live demo. Thanks for watching.